Tales of the Heart by Evon, Jyka, Lozano. Thursday, November 4, 2021 at 7:30 a.m. The fresh morning breeze whipped around us as loud noises emanated from all directions. The students' laughter were elicited by a specific theme as I began to walk towards our usual spot. Hi, Evon! My friend's morning greeting filled my bucket. I sat beside Jade and she smiled. If I may so, it was a typical school day, but some scenes changed my mind. My friends' vocals were so lovely as they sang along to the song Para Luman. However, I was mainly outside of myself since I was engrossed in my phone. I was unaffected by it all. Then, I was suddenly altered by his presence. Hello, Elijah! My buddy shouted as he approached our location. After doing the fist bump with the rest of our friend group except me, he sauntered towards me. He had made a motion with his right hand pointing at me. Jade purposely coughed and giggled, which made me think, okay, I'm dead. As I sat there, gently laying my head on the seat, I sat there gazing at the breathtakingly gorgeous sky. Oh, how serene the sky was with hues of blue, white, and a peach-like color blended in with those colors all throughout the sky. I watched the clouds move. I could only imagine doing this every day. Elijah sat next to me. Paraluman! Jade sang along with the tune which made me feel uneasy. We headed to our classes while the only thing I could think about was him and his action towards me. Ring, ring, ring! It's time for lunch, students! Exclaimed my teacher. I rushed to catch up with my girlfriends in line, and I was concentrating on finding my friends. There they are! I shouted to myself. Inside, all my friends were close together, so I chuckled. I stepped in front of Elijah and didn't realize it until we were inside the cafeteria. Finn murmured his name and asked him to go beside him. The two were mumbling about a specific topic that I still wonder about right now. No one is required to serve the plates. Each student must obtain them on their own is the school rule. I still didn't get my plate because I wasn't near the plates. However, Elijah unexpectedly moved to the serving side. I maintained eye contact with him. He smiled, and I could tell he was communicating with me through his eyes. He held the plate gently and served it to me. My world stopped for a bit. I was shocked by what he had done. That was awkward, I thought to myself. I had butterflies in my stomach. Thank you. In a soft and sweet voice, I expressed myself. Of course, I was giddy with delight. I was walking through the hallway with emotion that overwhelmed me. I'm not into it. I don't like the feeling. Bakit po kasi gagawin yon, Elijah? Anya nangyari? Jade asked. She's blushing. Finn responded. They both made fun of me for what happened in the cafeteria. However, I had no idea Finn was aware of the information. All I could think about was that we had the same homeroom and we will be in the same class the following period. Ring, ring, ring. Student rushed to their next class with some sprinting towards the room. As he walked past me, I felt like he was looking at me for some reason. I didn't want to assume anything, but I felt that he was. I seated in my assigned seat, engrossed in my phone. Afterwards, I laid my head on the table. Hello there, students, my health teacher exclaimed. We replied, Good afternoon, Miss Fu. She informed us, Today, you guys will be working on 21 question and answer and other missing documents. Everyone in our circle of friends sat at the same table during the time to help one another. Everyone was focused on their task. Jay played a few songs. It helped us to complete our task. All of me and Mary, our daughter, had been played up to that point. Lovely songs, even if they were published a long time ago, they still have a unique feel to them. And for some reason, I still believe what people say. Old songs are better nowadays. In fact, that is true because you can feel the song as if you are in their shoes. Everyone joined in on the singing except me, as that one guy sang along to all of me to the first song struck to a different chord. I recognize this music, I said to myself. And yes, I'm familiar with this song. It was one of my favorites back in the Philippines. His voice added to the intrigue, causing me to experience a new sensation. To feel better, I lowered my head. Jade is aware that I overjoyed, or actually, let's say, I was kinikilig. Have you ever felt as if you were dying within because of a good feeling rather than a terrible one? In short, kinikilig ako. Yes, I did. In fact, it happened just at that moment. I was powerless and unable to stop myself. It was the nicest feeling I'd ever had. I was trembling, shaking, and overjoyed. There were no words that came to me as a result of that event. When the song Marry Your Daughter came on, all I could think to myself was, dang dude, he's an excellent singer. He sang with a heart that could speak with anyone who was listening. It was a feeling I had in my heart. My thoughts arose there. I've heard a lot of voices throughout my life, mostly male voices singing a tune. My relatives can all sing, therefore I know I'm used to it. I'm just not sure why I was feeling this way. I wondered, was he simply singing in a normal tone? I've known since infancy that I'm not the type of girl who falls that easily. Um, I felt butterflies in my stomach. I'd be the difficult to please type of girl. The one with high standards who doesn't put love first. I managed to calm myself down by returning to my assigned seat. Sani said, Balik ka dito. Yes, I replied, but this time I felt much better. It was Thursday, December 16th at 7 o'clock p.m. When I opened my phone, there was a message waiting for me. The identity of your secret Santa will be revealed tomorrow. It was a message from Jade. On December 17th, he graciously accepted my gift for him. I walked over to their location and I noticed him having lunch with some of my male friends, except for us. My friends gave out all of their gifts and I returned to the building where the gifts were being distributed. Where is your gift? Ate Marguerite inquired. As I walked back to the side, I grabbed it. I was trembling, so I instructed him to go inside and give him the present. However, I knew he wouldn't, so I ran into the restroom to cool myself. I could hear my friends' voices, which were quite loud. I couldn't help myself from thinking about what was going on in the restroom at the moment. I took a long stroll back to our place, but he was there waiting for me, standing and carrying his present. Funny how my friends were all cheering and some were even holding their phones and filming us. I didn't recognize them because I was actually speechless at what occurred, but that was expected. That all of what happened, especially their reactions. This was my spotlight. I was the one who was feeling intense or kinikilig. He handed me his gift and he was about to go back to his hangout. I was still shaking and nervous when I handed my gift and said, Merry Christmas, Elijah. Enjoy the break with your family. Our friends enthusiastically applauded and they were ecstatic. I said, Funny, Elijah, how we swapped gifts and we were each other's secret Santa. Following that, we made eye contact. I could tell by his eyes that he was smiling. As I looked into his eyes, all I could think of was why he did those things to me. Is it normal? Does he like me? I still wonder.